It's the night before our swamp to Gulf sweep the Suwannee paddle down this 246-mile Suwannee River. We've got all our gear assorted out here, trying to see how it's best gonna fit. We got our SquatchBoxx cooler here, our didgeridoo, a large food bucket, multiple dry bags containing all of our camping equipment, sleeping bags, camera gear, extra power, solar power banks. I'm sorry, I got a little distracted with this cock on my head. Right now we're going over our inventory for our trip, making sure that we have everything and making sure it fits properly on the paddleboard and it's going to be comfortable throughout our journey. We've got our SquatchBoxx cooler here. We can fit all of our ice cold drinks, our Halyard volcano juice. It's going to keep it nice and cold throughout the trip. We got our camera bag. There's some easy accessible snacks like walnuts and peanuts. We've got all our other food back here, rice and beans, and then we have our didgeridoo and a few other items like a sleeping bag and campsite accessories.
Over here we've got our tent. We've got an air mattress, so we'll be sleeping nice and comfortable.
A lantern.
Flashlights, all sorts of lights and lighting equipment. We've got our mermaid tail, important. Monopod for the camera. This is our entire bag of clothes. Dive bag here, which has our fins and goggles, snorkels, waterproof phone cases, a ProShot case to keep my phone safe when I'm diving deep, and some duck gear cases to keep our phones safe while we're paddling.
Oh, we've got our MTI Life Jackets in there as well, what we'll put on when we get on the water.
Other than that, we're packing pretty light, I think. The rest is just room for trash.
Day one began as we imagined. The air was chilly, and the dark water concealed the alligators who just wanted to stay warm. We gracefully swept off onto our Sol Fiesta, waving goodbye to our parents, knowing this will be our last human interaction for a couple days. Not too long ago, we passed Fargo, Georgia, heading south on the Suwannee River towards the Florida-Georgia border. Hopefully we get to the border soon.
Day 2 of Sweep the Suwannee. We just packed up our campsite. We stayed here last night. And now we got all our gear back on the Sol Fiesta. You can see by the stillness of the water, paddling was very slow. As we entered Florida, we experienced a variety of topographical changes. The river meandered through banks of exposed karst limestone and blinding white sand beaches.
second night of our journey. We're in Florida. We are close to White Springs. We should be passing by White Springs tomorrow.
Big shoals, little shoals.
Yeah, some pretty crazy stuff ahead. We got a lot of work ahead of us tomorrow, but after that it's just smooth sailing and beautiful springs.
We're running a little later than we anticipated.
Yeah, it's been a little bit rough with our having to get all of our equipment out to get around trees, and
the river level is surprisingly really low, even though that big storm just came through and everyone had said that the river level would be high, but it is not. The wind has been against us a lot of the way.
yes, part of the way we were going backwards.
Paddling at full force, both of us, as hard as we can, and the wind was pushing us backwards.
Almost seemed like it would be faster to get out and walk in the water and drag the paddleboard.
But we're doing it. We're making it through there. It's taken longer than we expected, but we're gonna do it.
Just getting dinner ready now. We're gonna have some hot dogs and some lentils.
Keeping our hot dogs cold in our SquatchBoxx cooler here.
Yes, we got blocks of ice to keep everything colder longer. Oh, and our trash that we got throughout the day. This is our bounty so far. Yeah, noodle. Some
Perfectly
floats.
good noodle. These floats, they're actually still inflated, but we deflated them to save
Make it
space.
easier.
A nice fishing rod here,
This bucket, which we're now able to use to cook our dinner on.
and a glass jar that we used to shower tonight with.
Every bend of the river brought us into a glorious new environment. Tangles of cypress knees, old beer cans, wet green moss, and trickling springs adorn the steep rocky bank.
Alright, so this is the end of our third day now. It's Sunday, October 21st.
Our Royal Springs cleanup was today. Squatch 2 and Siren 2, aka Cam and Haley, took over for us and saved the day.
Oh yeah, we had no way of making it to Royal Springs in time. We haven't even made it to Big Shoals yet, and it's like another 50 miles from Big Shoals to Royal Springs. Maybe
I don't
even
know
more
what we
than
were
that.
thinking.
Yeah. Our eyes were a lot bigger than our paddling abilities or something like that.
Well, the first day slowed us down a lot.
Yeah. Today was beautiful though. We saw, I had no idea there were so many waterfalls in Florida.
We saw probably 5 waterfalls. Pretty big size, too.
All from spring creeks coming out of people's private property. The most beautiful creeks.
We walked up a couple of the creeks for a little ways. Picked up some trash that we saw in there. Found a lot of trash today.
We cleaned up a boat ramp today. It was the Cone Bridge boat ramp in Columbia County. There was a lot of like worm containers and stuff like that, chicken liver containers all over the beach there. We also found a cat litter bucket and just cigarette butts and cigarette packets.
Coolest find of the day so far, I think, is this 1920s Coca-Cola bottle. Gonna save that one for sure.
And we still got ice in our SquatchBoxx. It's still ice cold. Big blocks of ice in there. Our beer is ice cold.
Our Halyard's staying cold.
We even, last night we had an awesome dinner with lentils and bacon and hot dogs. Tonight we're gonna have more like Indian food with naan maybe.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Be good. We got a long day of paddling tomorrow and making our portage around Big Shoals.
Yeah, we'll see how Big Shoals turns out. Hopefully we should get there tomorrow. It doesn't look too far.
Last night we had a pretty big rainstorm that was quite exciting.
Yeah, got nice and wet, and then the cold front came through, and it was windy and cold all day.
Surprising. And now it feels hot again. Florida.
Yeah, welcome to Florida.
We arrived at Big Shoals around noon, beached our gear, and set out to see what we were up against. The water was extremely low, but we found a line along the edge of the west bank that looked navigable.
Here come Siren and Squatch, showing everyone the healthy outdoor lifestyle, except for the fact that he's buggered his foot.
We were going down Big Shoals, and we made it down the first few sets of rapids, and we were doing good. We got hung up on a rock. I jumped off the paddleboard to get us freed off the rock, and as soon as I hit the water, my toe hit like a razor rock and sliced that bad boy open.
Alex, do you have anything to say about your stitched up toe?
I thought I was gonna lose my toe. Oh, hello. We're just wrapping up part one of our Swamp to Gulf, Sweep to Suwannee journey. It got cut a little short because of my toe injury, so we had to split it into multiple parts.
Toe almost got cut a little short.
The journey was going good. We were moving a lot slower than we thought we were going to be going. We thought we could go at least 30 miles per day.
We were stopping, collecting a lot of trash, and also crossing a lot of low areas of water.
Yeah, and trees, a lot of fallen trees. So after I cut my foot, I had to control myself. I felt like I was gonna pass out. Usually if I get a bad injury where I bleed a lot, I'll end up passing out. So
I'm proud of Alex. He did not pass out.
I laid back. I kept myself cool. I drank water.
I moved a lot of equipment around, up and down cliffs.
Mm-hmm. And all while I laid down holding the paddleboard with my feet.
We also had the paddleboard tied up.
and fortunately, Serena was able to call her friends, Randy and Melissa, and they live right nearby. And they were able to meet us at Bell Springs, which is just right down the river from Big Shoals.
With hand carts and a big truck.
It was amazing.
Amazing. They took us back for hot showers. We could have hot showers, and gave us a car to drive to the Lake City Medical Center, where Alex got 8 stitches in his toe.
And the stitches have just come out. Took them out a couple days ago. It's feeling good. I think we're going to be getting ready to, I guess once the water levels go back a little higher. Right now they seem like they're like 6 inches too low, so maybe they get some storms.
Yeah, hopefully they get some rain over there.
We feel like maybe we brought more gear than we needed to on our journey.
Yeah, definitely too much food.
Yeah, and too much water.
We didn't even touch the rice that we had brought. How many pounds of that?
15 pounds of rice. We were 4 days into our trip, so that means, I don't think we would have eaten 15 pounds of rice in 4 days.
I don't believe so either, no.
Both of us didn't really eat as much as we thought we would.
No.
Just basically eating at dinner. We'd snack throughout the day on the snacks we brought, and then just feast before bed.
Yeah, the Sol Fiesta was great for moving around on. We could prepare our lunch items and our snacks and do whatever. If we wanted to shower a little bit on the paddleboard, we could.
Yeah, rinse off.
One of us could have slept while the other one was paddling.
Yeah, we'd sit down and paddle, sit on the cooler and paddle. Maybe we brought too many toys too. We brought a lot of stuff for playing at the springs, and so far we hadn't even made it to much springs. The springs that we had seen were all just small creeks.
I had my mermaid tail. We both had our free diving fins, masks, snorkels.
I had a spring suit. We both had our GoPros
with our homemade mounts.
Both of us also brought our Canon cameras. I didn't use mine at all the whole time. It was just too much of a hassle because I stored it with the lens detached and everything closed up for storage, so I never wanted to take it out.
I used mine a lot, and mine is freshly clean thanks to Fantastec cameras.
But we also brought too big of a food bucket. I have some giant buckets for when I used to clean pools. It's like a bucket for 100 pounds of chlorine.
The bucket itself weighs a lot already, empty.
Yeah, and it's got kind of sharp edges and stuff, and
probably was a bad idea.
And
but I thought
the handle broke while we were trying to carry it.
Yeah, I thought it would be bear proof just in case we had a bear encounter out there. You never know.
We didn't. Luckily.
What are you gonna do? We also wish that we brought long trash picker upper grabber things.
Yeah, or long nets or something, because there's a lot of trash in areas that were pretty hard to get to.
Yeah, we did not want to go bring an inflatable paddleboard into a nest of sticks and branches and fast-moving water.
And paper wasp nests.
Yeah,
as
paper
well.
wasp nests too.
Everywhere.
Giant ones. Yeah, good thing some of our gear was really lightweight too, though. Like our MTI 16-gram Life Jackets. They're just like a little belt that we put on our waist.
And they have little areas to clip on, like the speaker and like sunglasses or
like my duck gear. I can clip my duck gear right on my waist. Then I've got my cell phone right there. It also, when you want to take a nap, you can blow up the life jacket and use it as a pillow, and it's a nice inflatable pillow.
Works pretty good.
Yeah, you can just blow it up to your firmness preference and you're good to go. Deflate it and then put it back on your belt.
I think we probably brought too many flashlights as well.
Oh yeah.
We have way too many flashlights. But one of our lanterns wasn't working.
Yeah, we brought one lantern that didn't work.
So I'm glad we had a backup, I suppose.
And GSI Outdoors sent us their Pinnacle Duelist cook set, which was like a cook pot with a couple like food containers that we could eat out of or drink out of. Some like fork spoon things. I think they call them foons.
I like it. The actual cooking stove as well.
Yeah, the actual stove. They didn't send the fuel. The fuel we had to get because you can't ship that. But
everything was nice and all able to go inside of one container.
Yeah, it all fits in a small container.
Super convenient and lightweight.
Here we are going to Publix to weigh our trash.